would you actually do if you won that lottery? A mansion right off the beach, fancy vacations, yachts, private jets, art, jewelry, or would you just spend it all to take care of your family? It was March 2015. Parker just turned 40. He was going through this pretty nasty divorce. He was a really good guy, spent most of his whole life just getting by. But the system, the economy, everything in this fucking country is so rigged. So every week, he just bought a lottery ticket. And then, one day, his numbers hit. I couldn't believe it. My brother went from having $2 to his name to being a multi-millionaire. Who knew just a few years after hitting the jackpot, he disappeared?
Dad had the house, the money. I told him, you're only 40. You're not going to retire. What do you want to do? That's when he decided to open the restaurant.
I've been good buddies with Parker pretty much since we were 20. When he called me from Miami, and he said, come work for me. I'm starting a chain of seafood restaurants down here, and I want you to be my partner. He was the talk of the town. I mean, he was the $1 million Michigander. And being the new guy with new money, everyone wanted a piece. The ladies were throwing themselves at him. He fell in love with one of the bartenders, this woman, Chanel. And they were hot and heavy from the very start. I had to ask him, like, whether he liked it or not. Do you think she might be after your money?
I think it was 4 months before he proposed. And a few months after that, they tied the knot in a small ceremony at the beach. It was Saturday, September 10th at 9:45 a.m. when I got the call from Chanel saying Parker didn't come home last night. And she told me his cell phone was off and nobody at the restaurant had heard from him.
The call about Parker Fisher came in. At that point, he'd been missing for about 48 hours. When you're dealing with someone like Mr. Fisher, someone with wealth and a public profile, you have to consider the bigger picture.
His name was all over the papers and the local news. I mean, he leaned hard into his lottery win, like it defined him. So, first thing we advised his wife Chanel was to prepare for the worst.
Tuesday morning, we released the model, the make, and the VIN number of Mr. Fisher's car to the public. By 2 that afternoon, we received our first tip. The vehicle was found parked in a tourist lot at the beach. It already had several tickets on its windshield, and the car was about to get towed. This has all the signs of a kidnapping, or worse. We looked at Mr. Fisher's cell records, and that showed that the last known ping came from a tower near this beach lot. But what's interesting is when we dug into his phone history, we reviewed his calls, his text. We didn't find anything that would explain why he was even there in the first place. I mean, why was Parker Fisher drawn to that commuter lot that night instead of just heading home to his wife? And then we got a call about a body that had been found the next county over.